Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here. Today I have a deck profile for you from a deck that actually benefits both from the new ban list and from Legacy of Destruction is gaining support. This is actually really cool. Not many decks I think are doing this, so having the benefit of both the ban list and Legacy of Destruction, I think really helps push this deck forward into a better spot overall, right? Going into future decks, future meta, because now they have a lot more extension plays. They have a lot better end boards now because of the new support that's coming out, and they have a lot more consistency because of the ban list of what they gave back to them. So that is going to be Gold Pride. I think Gold Pride is actually a kind of sleeper hit right now, because a lot of the cards have a lot of life point modifications over the years. You got Upstart Goblin back, we got Chicken Game back, and they're also based off rank 3s because carry, the extra deck carry, is a starter in the deck. And getting Terratop back to 3 also was super, super important. So I'm going to show you the deck profile that I have for now, and I have a little one-card combo at the very end just to show you how the deck can kind of work. But overall, I think this deck's really, really cool, and I think you guys will really like it. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, guys, so here is my current deck list for Gold Pride. I know this is a very weird deck list because I'm playing like anywhere from like 12 to 15 hand traps. This deck, I'm only playing 6, which is really throwing me off. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to explain it in a little bit. But first off, I wanted to go over the new cards because we are getting 2 new cards in Legacy of Destruction that really, really help this deck. And I think it's really awesome that these cards exist because they do actually a lot for the deck. And the new Synchro Monster is actually an interruption. But first, the actual effect monster that we're getting is a Gold Pride Assassinator, which is a level 5 Earth Machine Tuner. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can special summon this card from your hand, as all Gold Prides do. You can banish one other Gold Pride monster from your hand, field, or graveyard that has a level. Special summon one Gold Pride token with the same level. Also cannot be used as a material for a fusion, synchro, exceed, or link for the rest of the turn unless it is for a Gold Pride monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this is kind of like a one-card synchro in a sense, right? Because you are getting the level of the monster to be able to summon it and then go immediately into a synchro. Now, what synchro are you going to be summoning, you ask? Well, we actually are getting a level 8 synchro since most of the Gold Prides are already level 3. So we have the level 5 tuner and you're just summoning a level 3 token. So you can go directly into the Gold Pride Annihilator, a level 8 dark synchro monster. And then, of course, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, always a good thing to see. You can target one fusion, synchro, exceed, or link monster on the field, or up to 2 instead if your opponent's life points are lower, or if your life points are lower than your opponent's, destroy them. So this is a pop 2 of extra deck monsters, which is very, very strong on a quick effect body. You can only use the effect of Gold Pride Annihilator once per turn, and then of course once per turn during the end phase, if the previous effect was activated this turn, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do special summon a Gold Pride Assassinator from your deck or graveyard. So you have infinite recursion again, being able to bring this back and then make it again, and then just do it over and over and over again. So yeah. That is it for the 2 new cards that we are getting in Legacy of Destruction, which I think are very, very strong. But also, in the ban list, we got back some cards that I want to go over. One of them being Chicken Game. Chicken Game is a card that allows you to pay 1,000 life points to draw a card, and on your first turn, it lets your Gold Pride all your Gold Pride effects immediately turn on. So I am also playing Terraforming to also get to the Chicken Game because I think it's really, really important that you get to a card like this. Like this, there's like multiple cards that you can use. E-Telly into Frankenderp or into Upstart Goblin. All the cards that let you change your life points so that you are technically losing, but also let your Gold Pride start triggering. This was one thing that came back. The other thing we got back was the 3rd Speedward Terratop. This is huge for the deck because it lets you go into very strong rank 3s before you start going into your Gold Pride line. Something like Gossip Shadow to be able to play around something like Nibiru, I think is very, very big, because I think Nibiru is going to be played without Baron and Savage being around in the format. So you have to be able to play around something like that. And I think Gossip Shadow fits that bill very well. And with 3 Tour Guide and 3 Terratop, I think that is very, very strong. Now, going into the actual card by card, we have 3 copies of Tour Guide, 3 Terratop, and the 1 Tekatomborg, 3 copies of Better Luck Next Time, and 3 copies of The Crowd Goes Wild. I would consider these like your 12 starters. These would be like your 12 starters of the deck, because for the Crowd Goes Wild, we are playing enough Gold Pride monsters where I think you will consistently have a Gold Pride and this card to make it work as best as it possibly can. For some life point modification cards, I have 3 copies of E-Telly with Dr. Frankenderp. If you don't know what this card does, normal or special, pay 500, look at the top card of your deck. You can pretty much put it to the bottom or reveal it and add it to your hand or skip your next draw phase. So you pay a 500 draw card. That's pretty much what it does. The next draw on the next turn shouldn't matter because you are drawing off of your Better Luck Next Times on your turn and your opponent's turns. So it's not that big of a deal. You're able to get those draws back anyway. But the point is, again, you pay 500, so you're technically losing. So your Gold Pride monsters are immediately all extenders, which is big. Again, we already went over Chicken Game and Terraforming, and 3 Upstart Goblin, which you've also got back to previous ban lists, so that this deck actually has a lot of cards now that can let you lose life points to turn all your Gold Prides on, which is really, really awesome. For the actual Gold Pride monsters, we have 3 copies of Captain Carey along with your 1 trap card. I know a lot of builds play more than one of the trap because I know it's not once per turn. It's a really, really strong trap. I really do like the card, but you can't brick on it. If you draw too many of this card, it really, really makes the deck not great. I know it's an interruption. It can be 2 interruptions, but you go second and you see this card, you're just like, I wish you were anything else. That's frustrating. So good if you go first. So maybe you side extras for going first, but going second, this is just not the card I want to draw. I'd rather search the 1 copy to get to the roller baller, and then you're going. That's it. That's all you need. And then we have 3 copies of Leon. This is kind of like a special summon Wolfbark, which is awesome. I really, really like this card. Also level 3 to be able to go into Exceeds or Synchros. I really, really like. Roller Baller, of course, to go into the Fusion. The Fusion's insane, being able to take monsters, and the effect of it not being able to be negated is big. And then, of course, we have the 1 Assassin that we're over, and the 1 Nitro Head. Nitro Head's one of the older ones, and it's only a 1 of, but being able to use the Link monster, I think, is really important to be able to summon this. Also, its interruption is kind of unique, so like this is an interruption in itself, so that you can put the token in a very specific spot in your opponent's field, maybe under the extra monster zone, and then use the other extra monster zone on your opponent's turn. Then you are able to pop the token with Nitro Head to then be able to pop something in the extra monster zone because it destroys adjacent monster zones and spell and trap zones, right? So it's like a T that's what it's destroying. So if you put it under an extra monster zone, you're going to be popping a spell or trap zone, the extra monster zone, and then both of the monster zones to the left and right of the token as well. So you get full value if you put it under extra monster zone. And then it's very annoying for a lot of decks if you have a monster in the extra monster zone on the other one. So it's very convoluted with zones, but it works. It's a very cool interruption and very annoying to deal with, surprisingly. Now, for hand traps, I only have 3 nib and 3 droll. I can't find a way to fit more in here as of now. I think I need more testing to cut down some fat. You might not need the Italian Frankendir, but I like that it was an extender and a pay 500, which was kind of cool. And then you also might not need the Upstart Goblins. Maybe the Gold Pride ratio could be changed, but for now, I like the kind of all gas mentality of this deck. So that's just my opinion for now. 6 hand traps I think is okay. I wanted to pick the most impactful ones, I think, for the start of the format. This could definitely change, absolutely, into something like Challenge, Droplets, Ashes, Imperms. There's a million cards these could be. Phantasmes if you want to switch around your draws too. So yeah, this is just it for now. Just something to keep in mind. Moving on to the extract, we have the 1 Gossip Shadow, as I said before, and going into that same vein, you also have something like Totem Bird to be able to stop something like maybe like Evenly Match, where you want to negate a spell or trap. I think that's pretty big. So your Terra Top could also convert into a Totem Bird if you have that type of line. You have 2 copies of the Chariot Carry. This is the card that I think really made Gold Pride a deck, because you really needed that generic rank 3 starter so that you can actually play and you get to everything you need for just this 1 card, which is so nice. 1 copy of Typhon for now. This is just like a kind of like an extra spot. If you have room for Typhon, play Typhon. 1 copy of the new Annihilator. And the nice thing about the Gold Pride cards is that they go back in the extra deck so that you kind of always have access to them, which I really like. We have 2 copies of Star Leon. This is again another interruption. Wait, this deck has actually a lot of interruptions. So Star Leon being a pop, I think is very nice. 2 copies of Pinballer. Again, another interruption when you make on your opponent's turn. Being able to take 2 things as an equip, big. 1 copy of Nitro Blaster. This is something you can use on your turn. This is a pop, which is very nice. If they get Nitro Head, so it pops something on your opponent's field, and then it leads into a interruption on their turn with the Nitro Head being in your deck, which is very nice. And then I'm also playing the actual fire package in this deck, which is the Promethean Princess, the Hita, the Raging Phoenix, and the Zelantis. There actually is a couple times where if you are doing a line and you pay life points, you can actually go into Nitro Head, which to then get into Hita, which can then go into Princess to give back the Nitro Head. And then if you have another body, you can go into Zelantis, keep the Nitro Head, and then you can do the Zelantis line to go for an OTK. So you can actually do that in this deck, which is very funny. but it's also really, really strong, right? Like it's like low commitment. You can get a lot of bodies really quickly, and it outs a lot of stuff. Zelantis outs a lot of cards, which is very, very nice. So just something to keep in mind that you have this option available to you. Of course, these could be other things as well. Stuff like Zeus, Downerd, if you want to go over your your carries and stuff. Maybe like access code, more copies of the Gold Pride stuff. So a lot of options. Maybe Super Poly targets too if you want to side Super Poly. It's also an option. So yeah, that is it for the actual Gold Pride deck. I really, really like the deck. I think this is actually in a really good position right now. It just needs finite tuning. So if you guys test this deck, let me know what you guys think and what your findings of ratios of what you guys like. But before I end the video, let's go into that one card line very quickly because I think it's pretty strong and really, really cool of what it can do. Okay, guys, so here is the one card line. This is going to be just Tour Guide, just something simple. So again, you can installate this with something like Terra Top and the Gossip Shadow to make it a little bit safer, but this is just going to be Tour Guide. So we're going to go Tour Guide effect to go into Captain Carry. And then you can overlay those two into the Chariot Carry. I like to point out this combo also works with Terra Top if you opened up with like an Upstart Goblin or something that makes you pay life points, because you get the second part of Captain Carry, which is pretty important, which is pretty good. So here you can use Carry's effect to detach to add better luck next time. Again, if you did this with Terra Top and you activated Upstart Goblin, you would use the effect to send Carry from deck to graveyard, because you can do that. You can send a Gold Prime monster from deck to your graveyard if your life points are lower. So if you did Upstart Terra Top, you go Carry, search Better Luck next time, but still dump the Carry from deck to graveyard so it's in there. So you can use Better Luck next time to be able to search Leon. Then you can special summon Leon and use Leon's effect to special summon back the Carry. Then Carry effect will activate to add Start Your Engines from your deck to your hand. Then you are going to go Synchro into the Star Leon. You took the 500 from the Better Luck next time, so now your life points are lower, so you can special summon the Leon. I just did it out of order by accident. So then you can set one card, the trap card, go to the end phase, that goes back, you summon back out Carry, and you draw off of the Better Luck next time, because if a Gold Pride you control a special in the extra deck returns to the extra deck, you can draw a card. Very, very nice, just a next little bonus. Then on your opponent's turn, you have Star Leon effect to pop something because your life points are lower. And if you summon something that you don't want to deal with, you can use Start Your Engines. You can reveal 3 copies of Roller Baller to be able to special that out. So that's another pop. And then you can also use the Roller Baller to synchro, or I'm sorry, to fuse into the Pinballer. Then use Pinballer's effect to take 2 monsters that they have and equip it to the Pinballer. Yeah, very, very pain. Then during the end phase, those 2 can go back to the extra deck and you summon both of these out. And then the Leon can summon back out the Carry, and then the Better Luck next time will allow you to draw again. So you are set up again immediately for the following turn to be able to push now, and you have all of this, and you draw off your turn still. So again, that's all off one card. That's multiple interruptions. Very, very cool. Just something like very simple that I could show of how this deck works without getting into like full hands of just constantly just mock drawing. So overall, I think this deck's really cool and really unique. Not a lot of decks kind of play like this. It's very, very different. But overall, what do you guys think about Gold Pride? I think this is a very interesting deck now with all of the help that's been getting, especially from Legacy of Destruction and the ban list. So yeah, that's going to do it for the combo and the deck profile in the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you did. Leave down below what you guys think of Gold Pride and any suggestions that you have for future people seeing this video. But yeah, without further ado, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.